So hello and welcome to the new video. This is an update to my original video that I made about the Dance of Knives. So you can see in the background I'm running Pit 92. I tried to push the build as far as I can and did a lot of upgrades from my original video. I'm gonna highlight this, the upgrades. I'm gonna show it after this quick clip with the Pit 92. Generally speaking, I think I'm pretty well geared for a Dance of Knives build, and the Pit 92 is I'm getting there to reaching a wall that I cannot get any farther away. Maybe I can get to about 95, 96, something like that, but to hit 100 probably that's gonna be a bit of a challenge for this build, because you don't have like a massive amount of AoE to explode the packs and so on. So probably if you you wanna push the pit to 100 or more, you're probably gonna have to do a different rogue build and just keep the Dance of Knife build as like a speed farmer. So from Pit 85 and going above 86, 87 and so on, you'll be relying on your Shadow Clone to give you a lot of backup for your damage, because your Shadow Clone actually does perform very well, so you're gonna be constantly resetting your cycle of the snapshot just to get the extra damage from the Shadow Clone. So overall conclusions on this build, I would say like this: the build is fairly enjoyable. It's fast, it's zoomy, you attack while moving, and overall it's a spin to win build, something that I actually do enjoy, and it's very fun to play. The only, I would say, the negative thing that I can say, sometimes resetting the rotations is a little bit annoying because of the CC, or picking up the items is still annoying, even if you can sometimes press the F key if it is your default button and you never did change it, to pick up some items and interact with some things. But overall you're gonna be stopping, clicking something, and resetting your whole rotation just to get the damage back up. But nonetheless, the build is fine. Even if I would say getting to 100 is gonna be a challenge, and there's probably gonna be other rogue builds that can do this probably better and faster. I still did enjoy the Dance of Knives, and no matter what, I would still recommend this build for you to play. So I would now showcase you a couple changes and things that I did to the build and so on. But just please remember, there's a first video. If you encounter this video as your first video, I will link you the description to my first initial video when I have a much lesser and a little bit bad of a gear, so you can have some kind of representation of the build progression. So witch powers, I pretty much use the same witch powers as I had. It's one of the hex, aura with siphoning. This thing can be actually tweaked and replaced. This is not something I would say it's a major, but it's nice to have a barrier every now and then. It gives you extra survivability, but that's pretty much it. Soul Harvest and Piranha, and the Nado. I swap sometimes the Nado with any other powers, because you don't need the Nado while you're doing some kind of bosses, and it's a little bit annoying because sometimes the Nado is gonna cover that thing that you place on your materials, that the summoning pit or whatever you want to call it. Specialization, the same thing. Skill tree, that is the biggest change that happened. I respected out of the shadow imbuement, and I went into the cold imbuement because I need more damage, because I'm actually starting to pushing into the highest speed, so cold imbuement is much better. I started to using the poison passives. You deal the poison damage with the aura of siphoning, so that triggers the poison, and you can trigger those small passives over here. Otherwise, not much change on the skill tree. I'm just gonna highlight you. It's pretty much I would say exactly the same. Expect the changes over here. So yeah, that's gonna be for the passive tree. Just for the skill tree. Paragon board, again, I would say refer the max roll guide, because I'm checking it as well every now and then. And I'm just, at this point, I'm picking up whatever I need. I needed some resistance, so I went over here. But once I had my resistance and have too much armor, so I don't pick up any flat armor on the Paragon boards, because I have too much armor actually, right? And I could respec some, armor if I need. So I pick up whatever I need. Another thing is, I have the no weakness bonus. I'm currently capped with just with my glyph, because my glyph is at whatever level it is actually, 86, right? It's on 86. So just by having those nodes over here, I'm able to cap myself for the maximum no weakness bonus, so I don't have any diamonds on my weapons. And in the past, I used to have 1 diamond. Like item wise, yeah, a lot of things did change. So firstly, I was able to get myself this unique. It's simply, I don't even need to masterwork it, because the only stat that I actually get is the lucky hit chance, and I'm actually already at 90% just standing still. If I get my poison stacks, I'm above 100, so I don't actually need to masterwork it, because I don't gain any. I don't need the movement speed because I'm already capped. Lucky, the only thing is maybe the lucky chance, but that's like the last thing. I only use it for the 60% multiplier damage, and that's pretty much it. Shroud, obviously, Shroud is great for the build because you get +1 passives, you get stats and everything like that. So it's great. It's one of the items that I was trying to chase and trade for the back runes, and I was giving people other runes. So yeah, that's like one of the chase items that I wanted to have. And I'm still using the yaks and quacks. Holy crap, the naming. The rune ward for like the 2 potions, and you get the extra damage. I'm still using the rune ward back in Yom for the petrified. So this rune wards can be actually swapped if you want it. That's no big deal. I just like it, and that's pretty much it. My Fist of Fate, I was very, very lucky, and I got like 4 GA and a very high roll on the unique percentage. So I don't think that you're gonna get the same Fist of Fate, but if you get, good for you. But the only stats actually from the Fist of Fate that you're looking for is for the unique ability as high as you can, and the attack speed. And the rest of them is like, yeah, it's fine, it's nice to have, but if you won't have the GAs on the other aspects, I wouldn't be bothered by that. Then pants, my pants are pretty much the same that I had in my original video. Nothing did change over here. Boots, the same thing. Ideally, I would prefer to have a greater affix on Dance of Knives rather than having anything else. And probably I don't even need the movement speed because of my helmet gives me a bunch of movement speed, so I could do something different, a different temper, or otherwise the boots are the same. I went from the bow to a crossbow because I found a crossbow with the 2 GAs, but it's pretty much I would say exactly the same thing, or maybe had the damage for every Dark Shroud. I don't remember exactly, but it's just I had the 2 GAs. That's an upgrade, so that's what happened. The amulet, I still have a crappy amulet because I have like +3 to elixirs, attack speed, and some life, and this is one of the items that I would like to have a little bit better upgrade that if I could find. The ring, I think it's still the same ring from my original video. Not much change over here. Oh yeah, I think I did change the imprint. Since now I'm using the cold imbuement, I have that you deal extra damage to chilled or frozen enemies, right? Since the cold imbuement always makes them chill or frozen, so I get that extra damage. I found another ring, 2 GAs, but pretty much the same aspects, same thing, so not much change over here. This sword I think is exactly the same thing from my previous video, not much change. There's another sword I found with 2 GAs, and exactly the same stats and so on. So, you know, not much, not like I wouldn't say I made significant upgrades. I just made small bits and pieces upgrades. And for the potion, I used for the attack speed and lucky chance, and I used for the increased dexterity, the incense. One more thing that I did change Subo's skills. I'm still using the Molotov for the potion, but I went into the explosive charges to give me some cooldown reduction. I mean, because in the past I had this for the lucky chance, since I'm capped on lucky hit, so I don't actually need it, but you can still use this. This is still a viable, if you need the lucky chance. But I think that's it I had to showcase, and I would say at this point the build is quite completed. There is still some things that I could do and improve the build, but overall I think the build is completed and is doing all of the content that I was expecting it to do, and I'm quite happy with the build, how it actually performs.